Hi, thank you for joining us today. I'm here with the amazing Lucy, and we're going to be talking about Lucy's experience in the Ultimate Uplevel Academy so far. For those of you that don't already know me, I'm Natasha. I'm a success mastery coach for women who want to unlock the ultimate up level. And I've had the pleasure of working with Lucy over the last 5 to 6 weeks. And the shifts that have happened for her have been absolutely incredible. So Lucy, first of all, can you just tell everybody a little bit about what you do and how you got into this line of work?
So 7 years ago, I left my 9 to 5 in London after, I worked for like 20 years because I started working when I was 14 out of absolute necessity for money to buy myself the basics in life. But after 17 years of a London career, I needed to break away from the kind of rat race. So I moved to Spain and created a wedding business. And within the first 18 months, I managed to generate 150,000 euros of income, which I thought was brilliant.
Yeah.
So after a few years and kind of struggling to truly create weddings that I felt were really ours, I took on a florist and coached her to become our florist in the wedding industry. And then a few years later, so 2 years ago, I started to coach the wedding business industry, how to have money-making, successful wedding businesses.
Wow.
However, things are changing. So since I've started your course, that started to transition into something else and actually finding more what I want to be as my life's purpose.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, the wedding industry has, obviously, with everything going on right now with the pandemic, it's quite sadly been hit
Yeah,
hard, isn't it?
it's been tough. It's been tough.
Yeah.
And I'm still there motivating and lifting everyone up, and I will still have wedding people within my community because that's what I love and it's what I do. I still have my wedding business, but yeah, to grow and to help more people is really what I have learned over the last 5 weeks with you.
Amazing. So, first of all, can you just share a little bit about what attracted you to signing up for the Ultimate Uplevel Academy? Because so far you've done the intuition and innovation module, which is all around healing the imposter, success saboteur. So, what about that attracted you to signing up?
First of all, what attracted me to you as a person was I saw your posts and they were just resonating with me. I saw someone who I could really identify with, and I saw the kind of work that you were doing and loved it. So first of all, I bought your shorter course and was like blown away of the value and the transformation that it gave me, just the tiny little course. So then when I saw that you were releasing innovation and intuition, I realized that I'd already realized at that point from your smaller course that I needed to be tapping in more to my inner self and opening up and releasing all of the issues that I've had kind of building in throughout my life in order to tap into my innovation, because I realized that I didn't feel like I knew where I wanted to go, what I really wanted to be, or how to innovate originally without the help. And that was why I wanted to do it, was to get through that challenge, to be able to become somebody who just had those ideas coming into them.
Yeah. Amazing. And the course you did, just for anybody watching, the smaller course, it was the
Confidence cash flow. Yeah. It was kind of like, I'm going to dip my toe in the water with Natasha here and see how it goes. But I was blown away by the transformation, because you do a transformation imprinting session in that, and it's stunning. It's fantastic. It was, for me, it's healed so many of my childhood issues.
And
Yeah.
it's like incredible value for 4 weeks. It's a self-study course, and it was like 99.
It was, yeah, £97. It was incredible. I loved it.
No, I'm glad you enjoyed that, and obviously led to you joining the Ultimate Uplevel Academy. Then
Exactly.
it's only been 5 weeks, which doesn't sound like a lot of time, but it has been such a big change over that time, hasn't it? So can you share a bit more about the shifts that you've seen as part of that?
Yeah, I feel like I've been on a massive emotional journey. If I'm completely honest, at the start, it wasn't 100% to the course, because I have also doing grief recovery on my mum, who I lost when I was in my early 20s. So it was kind of like the course and that were coinciding at the same time as me launching, which wasn't really very good. But The reason is that it literally completely opened me up to be able to understand all of the baggage and issues I've been carrying around for so long and work through those to come through the other end. And feeling more settled, feeling more confident, feeling more sure of myself. Essentially, I didn't feel like the trust issue. I couldn't trust myself at all, at all. I had no trust in me. I had no trust in other people, to the extent when somebody befriended me, I would question what their intentions are. What are their intentions? What do they want from me? Like, I was so afraid. And so I was not only like difficult to connect with my own intuition, but I was like not trusting the outside world at all. So it has really changed me as a person. I'm more open, I'm more accepting. I think I'm probably better at analyzing people, I'm better at reading people. So it's helped both of my businesses, because in my wedding coaching, it obviously helps me in the one-to-one coaching. Even on a group session, I can read people better now. But in my wedding planning business, where I'm still selling, you know, €5,000 wedding planning packages, and I'm taking, if I book something, I'm taking a €2,000 deposit straight away now. So it means a lot at the moment. So on those calls, I'm using the skills or the kind of intuition that you've taught me in order to connect with those people better, and in order to close them in a call where, quite honestly, since I started the course with you, I have booked 2 clients within 24 hours off the call. And so that's worth like 10 grand to me in reality, 10 grand. That's amazing. I've only just realized that.
Is that how quickly they would normally sort of close?
No, definitely not. No, not signing that contract within the 24 hours without any shadow of a doubt. No.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how much time is your investment in the course just from that alone, and obviously there's such a long-term ROI on that.
Exactly. That's the thing. Yeah.
One thing that we spoke about before was and a lot of people with the sort of lack of self-trust and the imposter success saboteur.
Yeah.
What I hear a lot from entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, is that they pretend to be confident, but they don't feel that confident inside. And I know this confidence shift was like one of the biggest things for you, wasn't it? Share a little bit about that if you can.
So I started going live for my wedding coaching in like January 2019, and I found it tough. My first videos, I'm like, you know, and unless I had my face on, my hair done, I really wouldn't feel like I could do it. But I truly think that most people would see me and think, wow, she's so confident. Like, look at her. And I've had people say it to me, you know, people say, well, you're so confident. Maybe you're putting yourself out there as such a perfect person. Maybe you shouldn't be so perfect. But I couldn't relate to what they were saying, because inside I didn't feel confident at all. It was, I suppose, I don't know, with this bravado, that kind of like where it was a false confidence that I've learned to put on myself, and probably since a very young age, because I had so many challenges throughout my childhood and my teenage years, that I always had to be like the big strong person, you know, the confident girl that could get everybody through, that could lift everybody up and carry them along. So it was only being like that for other people. So my inner confidence was zero, like absolute zero, I would say. But now I feel like, it's really weird, I feel like my heart has grown, if that makes sense. Like, it's inside of me, I feel fuller. I don't feel, I suppose I don't feel as empty, you know, like I had done for so long, you know.
Don't make me cry now. Obviously, heart healing is a big part of what we do, and it is sort of working through all these past traumas that people don't even realize are actually holding them back in their businesses. And like what you just described there, to me, is almost like that feeling more whole.
Yeah, definitely.
And like I said, that to me that's like you're moving towards wholeness, feeling more whole.
Yeah.
And that impacts every area of your life as a result, you know. It's not like what I try to show people, that it is the transformation in you that creates the success and transformation in your business. And obviously this is only 1/4 of the work that we do within the academy as well. So I'm really excited for everything else that's to
I'm
come.
excited as well. I'm so happy.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the end result as well. This is obviously amazing so far. What would you say if there was like the biggest shift, what would that be?
I kind of got this feeling of self-knowing that I didn't have before. Like I'm starting to understand what my purpose is in life. So you've inspired me through different ways, because also through the wonderful world of oracle cards.
Yeah, my favorite oracle card, definitely.
I love them, absolutely love them. And actually today I pulled Original Self, which is such a significant card for me right now. But it's awesome, isn't it? But so in a way, I suppose it is that kind of belief in myself has grown, like the trust. I think it's to the trust in myself. Like I'm starting to listen to myself more. But I said that I couldn't trust anybody either. So my partner has been telling me for the last 2 years, I don't think you should be coaching wedding industry only. I think that you should coach women to kind of do what you do and be like you. So I didn't even trust him before. I didn't trust anything, so that sense of trust is incredible, because it's what gives me the confidence to move forward in my business and to have a better relationship with my partner and with his family and everybody around me, and also those key moments of that client consultation when you're trying to win business, it affects those sessions as well, without a doubt.
Amazing. Thank you for sharing that. One other thing I wanted to ask is, what do you think is different about the Ultimate Uplevel Academy to other courses that are out there or that you might have done?
So I've done quite a lot of good courses. So I've worked with some of the good coaches that we all know, like really brilliant. And it's different because they all teach you how to create a brilliant business. Mm. And there's a little bit of mindset work in there, but it's not deep. And I truly think that, like you said, we all have trauma at a certain level. So talking to a friend of mine, she's had the perfect dream life, she's got the perfect dream parents, they're still with her. But she has her own versions of trauma too, and we were talking about it because doing your course. And so it's everybody. And so all of us have the opportunity to heal, or there's these blocks, or it's society, it's conditioning through society that has stopped us being ourselves. I think that's a massive thing. So none of these other courses teach you how to break through that barrier and to find you. Yeah. And I think your course is, what I've seen so far, Intuition and Innovate, is truly about finding your true self. And that's the most important thing in life to me. That is the most important thing in life, to be fully true and transparent with yourself about who you are.
Mm-hmm. But it's true, yeah, we're all wounded in some way, no matter how good sometimes some of our childhoods may have been. We've all felt not enough, not worthy, not lovable at some point in our lives, and that's created a wound that is actually blocking our full potential.
Yeah.
And all those other courses, they were obviously important to get you to where you are now.
Yeah.
And they're needed, of course, but I genuinely feel that like the deep inner work is the biggest needle mover in business, that people, it's almost like the secret weapon that people don't really know or understand until they start doing this work. And not just in business, but how everything in their life then changes.
Absolutely. I think so many of us are afraid to really connect with our our spirituality, or how we feel inside, or really believe in energy as a true thing in the world. It's like, no, it's all about materialism and everything, and it holds people back. They just think, I just need to know the facts and then I'll be able to move forward in my business and make 7 figures. But it's not the case. It's like, yes, you have those facts, but you need the deep work as well. And probably many of the coaches who earn 7 figures have done that deep work. And I think that's the lesson that everybody needs to understand, that you need the strategy, you need to know how to do your job and how to run a business, and know your brand. But at the same time, as when you get to know yourself, it's going to take you, that's going to excel you further, so it's so important.
It's true. I've just recently hit the 7 figures in the last 12 months in my business. I'm in a mastermind with other women leaders who are 7 figures, and I asked them all, what is the biggest shift that took you to 7 figures? And not a single one said strategy. They all said like the inner healing, like embracing their feminine energy more and bringing that to their business. So all the stuff that I do with my clients. So it was so interesting to hear that, like, straight from their mouths, that it is that deep inner work that is actually what they perceive as the biggest thing that helped them get to that 7-figure level. And I just don't think that's talked about as much as it needs to be.
No, absolutely. Everyone has this kind of like adversity to what they perceive as woo-woo. However, it's an adversity to human nature and energy, because it's what the whole universe exists on. And I what you do is evidence of that. I did this energy exercise with another coach in Mind Valley, and it was that the energy ball one. It's simple. It's like you can feel the energy in your hands, and as soon as you start to do it, it's like the pendulum yesterday. Just energy.
Just for anybody watching, the Ultimate Uplevel Academy is the mix between science and spiritual. So it's not like overly woo, but it does bring sort of spirituality and sort of the 4 levels of healing, essentially, which is the mind, heart, energy, and action. That's my approach. So just so if anybody's watching, they don't quite understand how spiritual it is, just to let you know, it's not too spiritual, but it's like the right mix of spiritual and strategy to get results.
Exactly that, but that's why it works so well, because you've got the reasoning and the science, and then you've got the other side of it as well, which is helping you to connect with yourself when you're doing that inner work when we're not with you, obviously, a lot of the time. So,
and it genuinely is the truth. Like, everything I teach is the journey that I went on to get to this level that I'm at now, this level of healing from like really significant past traumas. That's why I'm so passionate about helping other women with that. But it was the sort of inner work, and then discovering energy and like balancing your energies and things that was huge in getting to where I am. And it's important to pass that on to others as well. What would you say finally to anybody who might be thinking of joining the Ultimate Uplevel Academy?
I would say to any woman who, whatever business you have, you will definitely benefit from doing it without any shadow of a doubt. And I started with the intent, well, I wanted to work with you through the whole lot, but because of this situation with the wedding business this year, it was difficult for me to work it out. So, but when I saw intuition and innovation, I was like, right, I definitely need this one. I'm going to do this. Yeah. But then last night, I was like, I need to do the whole thing because I've come this far and I've started on the journey, and I feel more confident in everything that I do, but I'm not there yet. I really want to get to the end of the journey, and part of that is taking the whole academy and getting involved with the whole academy. And I thought, don't make a rush decision tonight, think on it, and then meditate on it in the morning, do a little bit of journaling, which is exactly what I did. And then I messaged you.
That is it. It's like a little sort of come in, experience the magic, and you'll definitely want more. That's definitely what it is.
Absolutely. I highly recommend coming on. It just will transform your life within weeks. Within 2 weeks, it will transform your life.
It's really quick, isn't it? Like,
really quick.
I was actually surprised myself, like how quick the transformation started happening. So yeah, it's exciting. Lastly, just let people know where they can find out more about you. Have you got a website, Facebook?
Yeah, Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I'm very open to business friends. So if you want to friend me, then I'm really happy to do that. I use it for business mostly. I don't really use it for personal. I have a group called the Wedding Business Corner, which you can come along if you are wedding or creative businesses. I'm going to be growing that group soon for entrepreneurial women who are looking for a freedom style life. So, but do come along, but befriend me if that's what you want to do. And ask me, yeah, if anyone wants to ask me personally any questions at all about what we've been doing the last 5 weeks, then they can, you know, if you want the personal recommendation, that I would be more than happy to give that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that, Lucy, and thanks for joining us. And that's it from us. Bye for now.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.